You care too much about what others think of you. And this concern for others' opinion is the root of your unhappiness today. The anxiety you feel, the pressure you carry, the indecision that paralyzes you, and the fear of failing, of starting, and of speaking. It all comes down from one place: external validation. And until you fix this, you remain trapped. This is not just a video about people pleasing, it's a psychological self-eraser and how society systematically rewards those who abandon their own values in exchange for temporal societal safety. By the end of this video, you will understand why you need to live for yourself and how to get started. Thank you to our returning subscribers, and please consider subscribing if you want the tools and mindsets to shape your life into the best form it can ever be. Let's get started. What's commonly called people-pleasing is rarely about kindness. It's more accurately described as relational self-abandonment, a behavioral adaptation that begins early in high-control environment. You weren't born like this. You learned it. As a child, you learned that love was conditional. You learned that acceptance depended on your performance. And so you learned that your worth was measured by applause. Slowly, you built your identity around one question: do they approve of me? And so every choice you make, every word you speak, every dream you chase filtered through this invincible eye watching you. And those invincible eye now runs your life. From corporations to religious institutions, entire systems are designed to function smoothly when individuals do not question, contradict, or refuse. These patterns are not accidental, they are incentivized. Caring too much makes you a slave. You date for validation, you dress for others, you work jobs you hate to impress the people who don't like or respect you. You avoid risk because you fear their judgment. You build a life that looks good but doesn't feel good. You wear a mask, you shrink your truth, your silence becomes their desire. And the more you chase their approvals, the emptier you become. When people say they can't just say no, it's not just rhetorical, it's neurological. Repeated suppression of emotional truths activates a part of our brain associated with social pain. Over time, this activates the default mode network in ways that suppress agency. Agency in the belief that we have in our capacity to do things for ourselves. In other words, over time, this activates the default mode network in ways that suppresses agency, your ability to do something worthy, and increases renomination. In other words, you start to rehearse imaginary rejection even before you speak. You proactively abandon your truth, not out of cowardice, but out of a trained neurological survival mechanism. But mechanism can be rewired in 3 steps. Level 1 is cognitive deconstruction. You begin by breaking the mental myth that supports people pleasing. Example: if I disappoint people, I will be rejected. False. True connection survives truth. Being agreeable makes me valuable. False. It makes you replaceable. I must always be perceived as good. That's also false, because being whole matters more than just being good. Level 2 is energetic withdrawal. You detach from rules that no longer serve you, not with conflict but with clarity. Stop managing other people's discomfort. Let them adjust to your truth. Level 3 is boundary creation. When you create boundaries, everything changes. Boundaries are not fences, they are declaration of self-respect, emotion. When you begin to live for yourself, 4 things will happen. You will feel guilty because your nervous system equates truths with danger. Number 2 is that you will be misunderstood because people are accustomed to their dictated version of you. And the next is that you will grieve, not the loss of others, but the years you've lost performing. And lastly, you will become deeply magnetic because clarity is rare and those who are free are unforgettable. Living for yourself is not rebellion, it's return. The end of people pleasing is not the end of kindness. It is the beginning of integrity. When you no longer beg for belonging, you stand in your truth. And in that truth, you become unshakable. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.